Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to you about dealing with difficult members of your family. It's something I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while, and I guess this time of year is actually the best time to do it because we tend to spend a lot of time with our families, like for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, etc. And I'm actually recording this on Thanksgiving, so I'm a bit late to the party, I guess, but better late than never. And if you think about it, it is never really too late to find some much needed coping mechanisms for dealing with family, particularly if they hurt our peace of mind. Because here's the thing, there are difficult people everywhere. People who get on your last nerve, who ruin your mood, who you wish you never had to see again. And most of these people are easy enough to avoid, but when it's family, when it's someone you're connected with on a more personal level, it's harder to control. But it is not impossible, as you'll find by the end of this video. But first, tell me, do you have some negative family members you struggle to deal with? How is your Thanksgiving going? Leave me a comment below telling me all about it. I would love to hear from you. Also, happy Thanksgiving! Now, this is a very tricky subject because just one person can seriously damage the entire group dynamic and make an occasion that was supposed to be happy and special into a nightmare. And it's particularly annoying when you keep working on yourself to find some balance and some serenity for your life, only to have it ruined by Uncle Kevin or Cousin Karen. But how can you tell if you're dealing with a negative, toxic family member or if you're just as sensitive, like they've probably accused you of being a couple of times before? Well, a negative person is someone who's constantly complaining and criticizing everything and everyone, who seems to walk with a dark cloud over their heads, you see what I mean? Who seem to believe that it's their job to pass judgment and have an opinion about people's lives, the food, pretty much anything. Some also like to make it all about themselves, like it's a competition. And then there's the downright toxic. People who cause constant emotional and even physical distress, who are constantly hurting you even if they don't mean to. But they don't apologize for it either, not really. People who are constantly wanting something from you, regardless of you being available for it, that try to control every aspect of your life. Sounds like someone you know? Well, then it's time to learn how to deal with them. So, I'm guessing that if you're watching this video, cutting them off isn't really an option. Maybe because you love spending time with your family and are really trying to make things work. Or maybe you love hanging out with maybe 90% of the people there and there is just one or two people who really get on your nerves. Whatever the reason, I'm here to help. And the first thing you need to know is you need to accept them the way they are. I know, it's probably not what you were expecting, right? But here's the thing. Odds are part of your annoyance is because you wish that things were different. You wish that they would be different, that they would learn how to behave or how to have boundaries. The more you care about someone, the more you will feel tempted to try and help them change. The more you will regret that things can't be different. Well, you need to stop that right now. They are the way they are, and odds are they aren't changing. And the sooner you accept it, the easier things will be. Also, a little bit of empathy goes a long way. Nobody is born difficult or bitter. It's usually down to life experiences. A negative person is someone who is hurting and lashes out because of it. And even though it is not your job to fix them, understanding this goes a long way with not getting as bothered by their behavior. Next, keep in mind that no matter how much they make your blood boil and attack you, you need to keep calm and centered. Now, it doesn't mean you should just let them say whatever they want and do whatever they want. You can stand up for yourself and be direct, and you should be honest and let them know how they make you feel, but without lashing out. Stand your ground, be assertive, but maintain your integrity at all times. Also, and within limits of what's acceptable to you, let them have their say. Encourage difficult people to express themselves, to say all they mean to say. And who knows, their behavior may have an explanation that never occurred to you. Or even if what they're saying just doesn't make sense to you, getting their perspective, understanding where they're coming from can go a long way in creating that empathy. Also, showing the respect of listening to what they have to say will help them connect with you as well. You'd be surprised at how many people are angry and hurtful just because they feel like nobody is listening to what they have to say. Now, before we continue, just a quick reminder that if you are enjoying this video, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up. You can also check out my channel, and I publish new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, plus my inspirational shorts. And if you like what you see, subscribe and tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Now, one thing that can keep things peaceful around the dinner table is to avoid trigger topics. You probably know the topics I'm talking about, those subjects that you already know you will disagree on, because odds are you've been through it before. And if it's an important subject, something that needs to be addressed, there are probably better, more private times to do it than over a celebration meal. And when these topics can't be avoided, you need to set limits in case the conversation escalates. If things get out of hand and you are feeling seriously disrespected, just stop it. Tell them in no uncertain terms that you will not continue the conversation if they continue to attack you, and that you just won't allow it. Walk away if necessary. Now, I know this is all easier said than done, but there's actually one way to make it easier for you, which is to prepare yourself for it, practice if necessary. Here's the thing. If you are dreading meeting a certain person, it's because things have escalated before or have been leading that way. So you probably know what you're up against. So, do what you must do to be ready mentally. Think of replies to things you know they will say. Get in the right mind frame to remain calm at all times and establish the limits I mentioned beforehand. And ultimately, I have to say, no matter how much you are trying to make things work and how important it is to you to make it work, you have to put your own well-being ahead of everything else. You cannot control the actions of others, nor are you responsible for them. The only thing you can control is your own feelings and reactions to what happens. And ultimately, if people don't want peace, don't want to be responsible or reasonable or give you the respect you deserve, the same respect you are giving them, then I really see no other option than for you to just walk away. Having said that, I really do hope that with these tips, you will be able to make a new start for yourself and your family, because I know the holidays can be stressful and anxiety-inducing, but they can also truly be the most wonderful time of the year. And on that note, I strongly recommend that you watch this video about how you can beat the holiday blues and actually enjoy this time with your loved ones, or without. I will see you over there. Bye-bye.